I just got back from the invite-only Lowe's Creator Summit in Vegas, and let me tell you, the tool wars are officially heating up. Kobalt just dropped a massive bombshell that changes their entire battery ecosystem. Craftsman is publicly calling out Ryobi on the show floor, and Ego just released a lawnmower that costs as much as a used car. If you're invested in any of these battery platforms, you need to see this. We're breaking down the biggest reveals, the new tech, and the stuff that actually is worth your hard-earned cash. Let's jump right into the biggest news of the event, Kobalt. If you're already on the Kobalt 24-volt platform, this is exactly what you've been waiting to hear. They are officially entering the heavy-duty outdoor power equipment game with a brand new 48-volt line of tools. But here is a genius part. You don't have to go out and buy a massive, expensive new 48-volt battery. They are running this entire new line off a dual battery system using the 24-volt batteries. You probably already own them. Now you just need two of them. We are talking string trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, the works. Here's the thing. Where does that actually end? We kind of had some conversations while at the show, and my thought was, if you have this 48-volt platform, why not offer things that not only landscapers would use, but hardscapers as well? Maybe a dual battery cutoff saw. Think about it. You have the capability, why not offer it? It's a massive win for the consumer because it saves you from buying into a completely new battery ecosystem just to do your yard work. But wait, there's more. Kobalt wasn't done. Apparently, they looked at their 80-volt platform and said, you know what needs 80 volts? A bicycle. Look, I know tool brands making e-bikes is becoming a trend, but an 80-volt pedal assist fat tire bike from Kobalt is wild. Is it a gimmick or the ultimate job site transport? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But speaking of heavy hitters, let's talk about Craftsman, because things got a little hostile over at their booth. Craftsman brought a Ryobi circular saw to their booth, specifically to embarrass it. They set up a side-by-side cut test to prove a point about their brand new battery tech. Watch this.
This is our new Craftsman V20 Advanced Tabless battery. This battery is tabless in that it flows energy more efficient through the battery, through the tool. And what that really means is up to 3 times the power, as well as 3 times the runtime while running cooler. This battery is launching in Q2 of 26, so you'll start to see this in Lowe's around May, and it's gonna be coming out at $99.
So the footprint of that pack looks pretty compact. Here's my question. Are those tabless 21700 cells or 18615 cells?
18650.
So they're tabless 18. This is the first time I've heard of tabless 18650 being used. And so I'm excited. It's very cool.
Very cool. Let me run through the demo and show you kind of what the power equals.
I appreciate it. So we have a competitor.
We got a Ryobi brushless circ on a tabless battery.
Okay.
And we're going to be comparing it to our Craftsman brushless, also running a new tabless battery.
Okay.
It'll just keep bogging down. That's the power of tabless.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's pause and talk about why that happened. It's all about Craftsman's new V20 Advanced Tabless battery. If you aren't a battery nerd, tabless basically means they remove the bottleneck where their power flows out of the battery cells. Because the energy flows more efficiently, the battery runs way cooler, and a cool battery means you can pull massive amounts of power, up to 3 times the power and 3 times the runtime without the tool bogging down like you just saw with the Ryobi. The craziest part? The rep told me this is the first time tabless 18650 cells have been used like this. These hit shelves around May for just 99 bucks. At that price, are you Team Craftsman or Team Ryobi? You want to talk about raw power? Ego just dropped an absolute tank. If you want to completely ditch gas, this is how you do it. But you're going to pay a premium. Almost $1,800 for a self-propelled walk-behind mower. Let that sink in. But let's be real for a second. This isn't just a push mower. This is a 30-inch dual-blade monster pushing 13.2 foot-pounds of torque with dual independent brushless motors. The deck isn't aluminum, it's a super composite material, the same stuff used in motorcycle helmets, and it comes with a 10-year warranty. You even have an app to track your battery life and speed.
We're in Ego. Whoa, what the heck is this monster?
New to this year, we have the LM3004 SP-2. It's going to be a peak power unit running off of 2 6-amp-hour batteries.
What's the deck width on that?
That is a 30-inch super composite deck. Now, when I'm talking super composite, I'm talking about material that motorcycle helmets are made out of. So we got that high impact. So if that torque is picking it up, throwing a rock against the deck, we're picking up a branch, we don't have to worry about the deck faulting on us. As well as if something would happen, you get a 10-year warranty on that deck itself. Now, when we're talking peak power, we're draining battery life from both batteries at once. So we're not putting stress on a singular battery with the longevity for better battery life. You've got 9 level height adjustments here, going from 1 inch up every ½ inch to 5 inches.
So this is kitted with what size batteries? I'm sorry?
2 6-amp-hour batteries.
So 2 6-amp-hours, and that will give you 75 minutes of runtime?
75 minutes of runtime. We recommend about an acre for this bad boy.
Wow.
We've got 3 blade settings on here. So you've got your eco, you got normal, and then you've got turbo. You've got your Bluetooth
It wouldn't be
connect.
Ego without turbo.
It wouldn't be Ego without turbo. And what's even better, so we go through our Ego Connect app here. I get it on, it'll tell you I got 94% battery in my front battery. I've got 77% in the rear battery. I got my 2.2 up to 4, and then I've got super turbo mode, giving you that 13.2 foot-pounds of torque and 3,800 RPMs, allowing you to get through that thickest and most dense grass there is.
Who wouldn't love super turbo mode?
Super turbo. And then whenever it comes time to, store it, let's fold this bad boy down. Let's pull this out, and we stand it right up. You got your dual blade, both ran by 2 dual independent brushless motors. Now, when I'm talking most powerful, lightest weight in its class, with that 13.2 foot-pounds of torque, those gas models with the aluminum decks are getting about 10 foot-pounds of torque. And then with those gas models, they're about 140 to 150 pounds. This is 82 pounds bare tool, 94 kitted. So we're running 50 pounds lighter than those gas models. And you got no maintenance on this bad boy. You got no spark plugs. You just plug in those batteries and go. Now, what's nice with your 6-amp-hour batteries is perfect for any handheld device that you have as well. So we can pop them out, throw them in a blower, and clear off the sidewalk and driveway as soon as we're done mowing, my man.
When's this become available?
This is available. This is starting to come into stores as we speak. It's going to go in through about 400 to 500 stores at first launch, and we're just going to keep bringing it through.
You have a price point on it?
$17.99.
$17.99. If you want a pricing on that bad boy, check the YouTube shopping button below.
That's right, Ego, where we got it all.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
Now, does an average homeowner with a quarter acre need a super turbo mode and Bluetooth in their lawnmower? Probably not. But if you have an acre to mow or run a landscaping crew, this thing is a gas killer. Just make sure your wallet is ready. Outside of power tools, I found 2 items that legitimately solve massive headaches for homeowners. First up, window AC units. They're loud, they're ugly, and they block your view. GE Profile just fixed all of that. A saddle design that drops below the windowsill. You keep your view, you keep your natural light. And at 41 decibels, it is the quietest unit in the industry. It even has a built-in pump so it doesn't drip condensation down the side of your house. It's brilliant. Speaking of brilliant, let's talk about ladders. I know ladders aren't usually exciting, but the rep over at Little Giant gave a master class on their new King Kombo. Seriously, grab a notepad because you are about to learn the firefighter's rule for ladder safety.
This is called the King Kombo. So, Little Giant King Kombo. It's a combination ladder. It's really 3 in 1. So now you probably know this, but you're not supposed to use a regular step ladder leaning against the wall. That's an OSHA regulation, right? Unless it's designed to do that, which we have done. We've given you a nice flat wall pad to go against the flat wall. These back legs are locked into place, so they're not going to interrupt the feet and the contact with the ground. But your wall might not be flat, so how about rotating that wall pad around there, that patent pending wall pad. Then you could go on a corner, a pole, outside or inside corner, and a stud wall. That fits perfect on the stud. So unfinished construction means you get right up where you want to be and face the work without having to twist and reach on a ladder. So that rotates back around. And then with one hand, I can release the hinge, open it to the A-frame position. And then this side is narrow, 14 inches. That means it goes in between the studs on 16-inch centers. So you can, once again, get right up close, work on those areas where you need to push leverage, drill holes, pull wire. Then you can release the hinge one more time, because you're not really supposed to stand here or here on a step ladder. Well, no, this is your highest standing point on a step ladder. You're not supposed to stand here or here, but now you can. You can stand clear up there, have more comfort, lots of room for your shoes and boots up there, and it's the most comfortable place to stand on there. Get it up into the attic access if you need to. Turn it into an extension ladder that's lightweight, so about 24 pounds. It's got some house pad feet up at the top so that you can lean nicely against the wall without marring the surfaces. So a lot of ingenuity into this, but it's simple, and it's a multiple use ladder, 3-in-1 king combo.
Did you mention the hooks at the bottom of those legs? Because when you mentioned the attic access, I'm like, wow, is that hooks? Is that
well, you know, it
made
kind of
like
looks like that would kind of hold on a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really mention that.
That's pretty cool.
But it is nice because it'll keep it from sliding down out of the attic, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And here's a little something, you know, just for yourselves. You know, there's a little trick in the industry, and it's called the firefighter's rule. Firefighters teach this. How do you make sure that the ladder is at the right angle when it's leaning against the wall? Because there is it's supposed to be 4-to-1, right? For every 4 feet up, you want to be 1 foot away from the wall at the base. Well, instead of doing a math problem, all you have to do is put your toes up against those feet, extend your arms out straight from your shoulders, and if you're holding onto the rail or the rung, then you're at the 4-to-1, because we're built to at the same 4-to-1 ratio. So it's a good way to quickly get this at the right degree of slope so that it's not too steep, because if it's too steep, what happens? Come over backwards. If it's not steep enough, then the ladder wants to go out from underneath you. So it needs to be at the right angle so that the feet get some traction. But nice to have a lightweight fiberglass ladder. Do you want to know why we didn't make it this color? Not just because it's cool, but that color, that high-vis green, is the easiest color for the human eye to spot.
Okay.
It's right at the top of the color chart. So we chose that color, and it really is outstanding, especially in the, you notice in the dark, it almost glows because it's so bright. And fiberglass, of course, is non-conductive. That's really the only reason to get a fiberglass ladder, is that it's not going to conduct electricity. So, and a lot of jobs, the pros need them because they're not going to go on a job with an aluminum ladder anymore because they'll get kicked off the job on a lot of construction sites.
What's the cost on this unit?
$189. $199.
$199 every time.
And here's the one thing you should look for is ratings. This is a 375 rating on a fiberglass step ladder. So 375 rating. So it's the highest rating, 1 AA, that you can get on ladders right now. So.
A 4-to-1 ratio. Put your toes on the feet, extend your arms straight out, and if you're touching the rungs, you're safe. That tip alone was worth the trip to Vegas. Now, no trade show is complete without something completely random. So if you ever needed an expandable faux ivy or grassy green plush dog, Lowe's has you covered.
This is an expandable trellis. You can do whatever project you have in mind. Put it on a railing on your balcony for some privacy. Could put it under the patio if you want to hide some stuff and remove very easily. If you are in the city, you have a condo. You don't want to see your neighbor. So just place it like this so you have, again, some privacy. And if you have a pergola, so you want some shade, but you still want some lights coming through, and then put string lights. This is a pretty cool idea for summer days. Anything can be done with it, really. And then we have indoor uses also. With these panels are, you know, decorative. All kinds of green walls here, hotels, restaurants, as I said, home office. You want some greenery and you don't need to water it at all.
Less for me to kill.
Exactly. It's so easy. Outdoor plants, same. You can use them indoor. We have the cedar tree that's new from this year. So that's the landscaper quality, will last 5-6 years under the sun in Arizona, Texas, Florida, not a problem. And then obviously we have our plush animals that have been kicking it. We have the dog, we have a bunny, and this year we have a new gnome and a Maltese dog. So cool stuff.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, guys.
All right, guys, Lowe's brought the heat for 2026. I want to know what you think. Are you buying into the new Kobalt 48-volt dual battery system? Are you spending $1,800 on that Ego mower? Drop a comment below right now and let me know. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more tool news and reviews, and I hope to see you all on the next one.